Sahaj Vidhi www.sahajvidhi.in Question 1. Critically examine the international law relating to development and use of nuclear weapons with special focus on the Treaty on Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, TPNW, 2017. Model answer. International law concerning nuclear weapons is a complex and often contradictory field, primarily shaped by efforts to prevent proliferation while managing the existence of these weapons. The cornerstone of this regime has historically been the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, of 1968, which aims to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons, promote disarmament, and facilitate the peaceful use of nuclear energy. However, the NPT has faced criticism for creating a two-tiered system, distinguishing between nuclear weapon states, NWS, and non-nuclear weapon states, NNWS, and for the slow pace of disarmament by NWS. The development and use of nuclear weapons are not explicitly prohibited by a single, universally accepted treaty to the TPNW. Instead, their legality has been debated under existing international humanitarian law, IHL, and international criminal law. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, in its 1996 advisory opinion on the legality of the threat or use of nuclear weapons, while not definitively concluding on their legality, stated that the threat or use of nuclear weapons would generally be contrary to the rules of international law applicable in armed conflict, particularly those of IHL, and that there is no specific authorization or comprehensive prohibition under customary or conventional international law. The court also emphasized the obligation to pursue nuclear disarmament in good faith. The Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, TPNW, adopted in 2017, represents a significant development in this legal landscape. It emerged from a humanitarian initiative, highlighting the catastrophic consequences of nuclear weapons use, and aims to fill the perceived legal gap by explicitly prohibiting a wide range of activities related to nuclear weapons. The TPNW prohibits states parties from developing, testing, producing, manufacturing, otherwise acquiring, possessing, or stockpiling nuclear weapons or other nuclear explosive devices. It also prohibits the transfer, use, or threat of use of nuclear weapons, as well as assisting, encouraging, or inducing anyone to engage in any prohibited activity. Furthermore, it obliges states parties to provide assistance to victims of nuclear weapons use and testing and to undertake environmental remediation. Critical examination of TPNW. 1. Strengths. The TPNW is the first legally binding international agreement to comprehensively prohibit nuclear weapons, treating them similarly to other weapons of mass destruction like chemical and biological weapons. It strengthens the norm against prior nuclear weapons, stigmatizes their possession, and provides a clear legal framework for their elimination. Its humanitarian focus shifts the discourse from national security to the devastating human and environmental impact of these weapons. For its states parties, it creates clear legal obligations towards disarmament and victim assistance. 2. Limitations and challenges. The most significant limitation of the TPNW is the non-participation of all nuclear weapon states, NWS, and most of their allies. These states argue that the TPNW is incompatible with the NPT, undermines deterrence, and does not contribute to effective disarmament without the adherence of NWS. The TPNW's direct impact on existing nuclear arsenals is limited. It creates a parallel legal regime that, while morally and politically significant, lacks universal legal authority over the states that possess these weapons. The treaty also faces challenges in verification and enforcement mechanisms, which are crucial for effective disarmament. 3. Relationship with NPT. The TPNW is seen by its proponents as complementing the NPT by fulfilling its disarmament pillar, while NWS often view it as undermining the NPT's step-by-step approach to disarmament and its stability. This divergence highlights a fundamental tension in international nuclear law between those advocating for immediate and comprehensive prohibition and those prioritizing a gradual, verifiable disarmament process within a security framework. In conclusion, the TPNW marks a pivotal moment in international law relating to nuclear weapons, establishing a robust legal prohibition for its states parties and reinforcing the moral imperative for disarmament. However, its critical examination reveals that while it has succeeded in creating a powerful normative framework and mobilizing global public opinion, its practical effectiveness in achieving universal nuclear disarmament remains constrained by the non-participation of the very states whose arsenals it seeks to eliminate. Its long-term impact will depend on its ability to influence the policies of NWS and to bridge the divide within the international community on the to a nuclear weapon-free world. Please visit our website www.sahajvidhi.in for more content path.